They are making a difference on 938 Live.
Team Novo Nordisk is a global all-diabetes sports team of cyclists, triathletes and runners, spearheaded by the world's first all-diabetes professional cycling team. The team's mission is to inspire, educate and empower people affected by diabetes. I spoke to one of the athletes from the Team Novo Nordisk pro cycling team, Chris Williams.
Well, my story begins just over a decade ago. I was quite unhealthy when I finished high school. I'd taken up some bad habits and I was a smoker and I was a little bit overweight. So I moved into a share house to go to university, and one of the guys there was a triathlete, and we were watching a triathlon on television one day and my wife made a comment about an Australian triathlete running out of the water, and I said I could do that. So 3 months later I quit smoking, sold my car and bought a bike, and that's how I got into cycling. A few years later I was actually diagnosed in the middle of a bike race. I collapsed at the end of the stage and went to hospital. And that's when I found out I had diabetes. So a combination of diabetes and cycling, which led to Team Novo Nordisk.
When you were diagnosed, did you ever think I should quit cycling?
I didn't want to quit. I was told that I should quit. The doctor at the time of the diagnosis said that endurance sport and cycling probably isn't a good combination with type 1 diabetes and probably have to stop it at least for a while. I was pretty devastated at the time, but luckily I was with my friends and my teammates who didn't want to see me moping around. So within 2 days they had me back on my bike with a bag full of supplies just in case.
So you got on the bike and you joined Team Novo, obviously, for inspiring others as well. When was the first instance where you realized you are actually making a difference, you are creating hope as part of this team?
For me, I never really saw myself as an inspiration or a role model or anything like that until a couple of races in the States. We get a few kids come up to the bus that have type 1 diabetes, and they're just inspired by what we do, and it gives them hope to be able to do the same. And for us, like, cycling is just sort of second nature for me, so I don't really think about it that often. But there are some people out there with diabetes that do struggle, and they do find it difficult to get out there and exercise and do what they want. So when these kids come up and tell us that we're helping them do that, it's a good feeling.
Could that difference be because of when you're diagnosed, either because you're diagnosed at a later stage in life versus when you're diagnosed very, very early on, you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, I was diagnosed at the age of 28, so I was pretty late. And I only just found out recently that if you are quite young, the things they tell you and the sort of the rules they give you are a lot more stricter, just because it makes managing diabetes a lot easier. So for me, I was sort of given a bit of freedom when I was diagnosed, but for younger kids, it's quite hard for them.
What do you think helps them when you say things to them?
Just seeing that it can be done. A lot of them sort of think that it's a lifelong condition, so they can't live their life the way they want. But seeing what we do and racing at the level that we do, it sort of gives them hope that they can still achieve their goals.
You reckon being part of this team has made you a stronger survivor of the disease?
Definitely. We learn things every day, and we're always learning from each other. Every person on the team is different. They manage their diabetes differently, so we're always looking at each other for tips and support, and it's always great to have that network there.
Does the team ever see itself as any different from other professional cycling teams?
I mean, there's no denying we are different, but I think first and foremost we all see ourselves as cyclists first and someone with diabetes second. So the reason we're doing it is to compete, and cycling is something we're very passionate about, so that's what we see ourselves as first.
All this activity, has it helped with dealing with diabetes?
Oh, definitely. I mean, exercise is one of the biggest things to help manage diabetes. So, and that's the other message we're trying to spread, the billion-dollar drug that's never prescribed, which is exercise. So we're trying to get that out there as well.
And that was Chris Williams from the Team Novo Nordisk Pro Cycling Team. This has been They Are Making a Difference. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Daphne Lim.
They are making a difference on 938 Live.